Right now, health officials are making sure you aren't sick after going for a swim by using a new method to test lake water. Plus, new poll shows how Americans feel about President Trump's trial. The latest on those numbers. And it's the Westminster Dog Show of the Midwest. We'll take you to the Badger Kennel Club Dog Show right here. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. It was a warm and calm Sunday across the area, but we could see some storms tomorrow. Let's get a look at your first warned forecast with meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Jacob.
Thanks, Jalen. As we look at the current temperatures, still very comfortable at this hour. It's going to be a fairly mild night as lows will only drop into the 60s. Right now, we are seeing temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s still. Across our area, there are a few locations as you get closer to Lake Michigan that are a bit cooler, but here in the south central portion and southwestern portion of Wisconsin, still pretty comfortable at this hour. Now, looking at the highs today, we did mostly stay in the 70s, but still a fairly warm day. We did have a little bit of cloud cover, so not complete sunshine, but the cloud cover actually made it feel a little bit cooler and actually a little bit nicer for some. Now, as we look at the current radar, we are seeing dry conditions, a little bit of rain out to the northwestern portion of Wisconsin, but in southern Wisconsin, we're not likely to see the rainfall until later in the night, if not until tomorrow altogether. Now, we do have an alert day in the forecast for Monday and Tuesday due to the possibility of severe weather, and this does include all of southern Wisconsin. So if we take a look at future track, we are going to see fairly dry conditions most of the night. Places, especially near the Mississippi River, could see a few showers, maybe some pop-up storms late in the night and early in Monday morning. But as we get to the afternoon, that's when the bulk of the storms for Monday are expected to form, and we could see some severe weather with all hazards possible, including an isolated tornado or two. Should wrap up throughout the evening. By sunset, still going to see some rain to the east of Dane County, but then we have another chance of rain Tuesday. I'll talk more in detail about that coming up a bit later.
Almost all of public Dane County beaches are now open. But before you get in the water, Public Health of Madison and Dane County is making sure you won't walk away from your swim feeling sick. This year, they're launching a new rapid test for beach water quality. Microbiologists are testing the water at 23 beaches across the county once a week all summer long. Typically, it would take about 18 hours to get the results, but now they can find out if the water is safe in a fraction of that time.
With this new rapid testing, we'll be able to target those days where we weren't able to test before. So we can test on a Friday and get results on Friday.
County health officials will still do their weekly tests with the old method, using the rapid test to supplement the routine ones. With the warmer temperatures means the UV rays are getting stronger. Local doctors are reminding people to apply sunscreen if they're going outside.
Most people look at, the SPF label, which is the most common and one of the most important things you should be looking at. You want at least SPF 30 to get a good 97% protection from the sun rays. However, the other thing you should be looking for is that you want to pick a broad spectrum sunscreen. So that protects you from the UVA and the UVB rays, which are important. So that way you get full coverage from all the different light sources out there.
Doctors also say that you should avoid peak sun hours, which is between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. And if you are outside then, make sure that you are reapplying sunscreen every 2 hours to avoid getting burnt. Waupun Correctional Institution Warden Randall Hepp announced his resignation last week amid lockdown conditions and an ongoing federal investigation and multiple inmate deaths. Waupun inmates filed a federal lawsuit in October alleging lockdown conditions have amounted to cruel and unusual punishment. That lawsuit is still pending. Federal authorities are also investigating an apparent smuggling ring involving Waupun correctional employees. At least 11 prison employees have been suspended since May of last year. Also, 4 inmates have died at Waupun since June of 2023. Hepp has been the warden since May of 2020. Americans are weighing in on former President Donald Trump's criminal conviction, and new polling is out today by CBS News. As CBS's Christian Benavides reports, Trump also spoke about the possibility of jail time in another television interview.
A warm welcome for former President Donald Trump at a UFC event in New Jersey Saturday as he vows to fight the criminal conviction against him.
President Trump, you're the man, bro. It is a damn travesty what they're doing to you.
In an interview with Fox and Friends released Sunday, the former president was asked about the possibility of jail time, something legal experts say would be unlikely for a non-violent first-time offender.
The judge could decide to say, hey, house arrest or even jail.
It could.
How do you face what that could look
I'm okay with it. I'm not sure the public would stand for it. With a,
if you tried house arrest or...
I think it would be tough for the public to take. You know, at a certain point, there's a breaking point.
President Joe Biden is with his family in Delaware this weekend, but spoke out about the verdict Friday and about Trump's false claims following his conviction.
And it's reckless, it's dangerous, it's irresponsible for anyone to say this was rigged just because they don't like the verdict.
Former U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Preet Bharara, says this conviction could have significant impact in Trump's pending legal cases.
If he gets a conviction on the federal counts in the future, the fact of this conviction here, if it's still on the books, would result in a potential higher prison sentence in those future cases.
A new CBS News poll finds 57% of Americans thought this was the right verdict and 56% a fair trial. Among Republicans, just 18% say the verdict was right. Compare that to 96% of Democrats. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
The poll also found about half of Americans, 51%, believe Trump is no longer fit to be president now that he's been convicted. And on For the Record this morning, our Will Keneally talked to former Republican strategist Brandon Scholes, who weighed in on what he thinks could happen when Donald Trump comes to Wisconsin for the Republican National Convention.
And you have to believe that come July with the Republican National Convention, it's just going to be message center on this trial, on the conviction, on the judge, on the DA, everything that Trump has talked about in the halls outside the courtroom. I think you can expect that to come into the convention. And will that be the message that brings in the rest of the votes that he needs?
You can catch For the Record every Sunday morning at 10:30 right here on News 3 Now. One person is dead and more than 24 are hurt after a shooting in Ohio. It happened during a birthday party late last night into this morning. Akron hospitals prepared for the victims. 25 people shot and a 27-year-old man killed. People who were at the party say that there was no fighting prior to the shooting.
We outside enjoying ourselves. The next thing you know, we running for our lives. That fast, like that fast.
A lot of shots. I feel like I heard over 50 shots, heard a lot of screaming.
We just heard like fireworks. I thought it was the 4th of July, man. Then I seen cars, everybody running.
Akron Mayor Shamas Malik and Akron Police Chief Brian Harding issued a joint statement saying this morning our city is reeling after the devastation of senseless violence. Our hearts are with the victims and their loved ones. They continued with, we will bring those responsible to justice and continue to prioritize public safety as our #1 concern as we aim to end gun violence in our community. And out west, firefighters are still working to contain a wildfire in California. This is new video from the Corral Fire in San Joaquin County. Evacuations are underway. As of this afternoon, over 14,000 acres have burned and is only 30% contained. In Atlanta, the city is under a state of emergency following a series of water main breaks. Those breaks force some businesses and city services to close their doors, and officials are advising residents to boil water coming out of their taps before drinking it. Yesterday, crews had the first break patched up and some water was restored. Atlanta's water system provides water to 1.2 million people. Those living within 50 square miles in the heart of Atlanta have had no water to drink since Friday. Rapper Megan Thee Stallion, whose Friday and Saturday night shows at the State Farm Arena were canceled.
That's really crazy that a major city in the U.S. is going this long without no water.
City officials have put some of the blame on decaying pipes. And now closer to home, this weekend, the Badger Kennel Club held its 2024 dog show at the Mant Community Center in Stoughton, where people from all over came out with their show dogs, and others came as spectators as hundreds of purebred dogs compete by strutting their stuff for all to see, and where a panel of judges judged the pooches on their stance, weight, movement, as well as many other factors according to their breed.
Every breed that you see competing here today, there will be a best of breed winner. Many people are familiar with the group judging that you see on television, where there is a representative from each breed, like say in the herding or terrier or toy group, and the best of breed winners from each of today's competitions will be competing in groups later this afternoon.
The event, as well as parking, was free and open to the public, except for dogs that were not competing. Those dogs were not allowed. And still ahead on News 3 Now at 10, the Brewers going for the sweep against the Chicago White Sox. Andrew Banster will have more in sports. But first, we take a look at how to protect yourself from a certain species of ticks.
Tom also lost $30 million in crypto. Tom, how did you fall for that? I mean, even Gronk was like, me know that not real money. Like,
you saw her take down the forum at the greatest roast of all time, the roast of Tom Brady. Here comes Nikki Glazer, Alive and Unwell Tour. Saturday, September 14th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster. She's alive and unwell. Don't miss Nikki Glazer.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including the Del Bar for Best Restaurant and 4 other exciting categories in food and drink. Vote for the Del Bar on MadisonMagazine.com. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Roth Cheese for Best Cheese Producer. Vote for Roth Cheese and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Badgerland Decks and Construction for Best Home Builders and Best Outdoor Living and Services. Vote for Badgerland Decks and Construction today. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including First Choice Dental for Best Dental Practice and Best Orthodontic Practice. Vote for First Choice Dental on MadisonMagazine.com.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
If you're searching for the coziness of home within an assisted living community rather than a sprawling campus, Home Again awaits you. Locally owned and operated, offering 3 convenient locations to serve you better. Home Again, living assisted.
News 3 Now, winner of 27 awards of excellence from the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association, including News Operation of the Year and Station of the Year.
We'll continue to strive for excellence every day to bring you the area's best local news coverage. News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
It sounds like something out of a science fiction novel, a disease that can make you allergic to meat. It's real, it's out there, and more concerning, it's being spread by an aggressive species of ticks. Consumer Reports has more on the Lone Star tick and how to protect yourself from its nasty bite.
Dean Cecil kept experiencing an outbreak of hives and didn't know why.
We finally figured out that it was from eating beef or a hamburger.
Even more bizarre, Dean's doctor told him the cause of the allergy was a tick bite.
I pulled the tick off of me, and it was a light brown tick with a white dot on its back.
The Lone Star tick's most distinctive feature is its star-like white splotch, found on adult females. And while other ticks spread germs that cause more widely known diseases like Lyme, a bite from this species can cause a whole range of issues.
With these ticks, you have to worry about more than just meat allergies. They can also spread diseases like ehrlichiosis, which, if left untreated, can damage the brain or nervous system, and the Heartland virus, which can cause fever, fatigue, and joint pain.
Lone Star ticks used to be found mostly in the southeastern U.S., but that's changing.
With a warming climate, and especially with the growth of local deer populations, many northern states and even parts of Canada are becoming a lot more hospitable to these ticks.
And as with other tick species, using an effective insect repellent is one key way of protecting against tick bites. The most effective repellents against mosquitoes and ticks contain 25 to 30% DEET as their active ingredient. Based on Consumer Reports' latest exclusive tests, recommended repellents include Ben's Tick and Insect Repellent Wipes, Ben's Tick and Insect Repellent Wilderness Formula Pump, and 3M Ultrathon Insect Repellent 8. All provide excellent protection. This is David Fazekas.
Another handy anti-tick measure is to wear clothing with certain repellents for the ticks. And now switching gears, let's get a look at your first warned forecast with meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Jacob, what should they expect?
Well, we are going to see 2 alert days to start the work week, but the rest of the work week is going to be pretty calm. So looking at the 3 things you need to know, we will see some storm activity late tonight into Monday. Most of the area, though, won't see the rain until after sunrise tomorrow. But another chance of storms will come Tuesday evening. By the weekend, though, at least next weekend, we are going to see dry conditions. So taking a look at the alert day information, this is for the possibility of strong to severe storms. Also for all of southern Wisconsin, likely going to be Monday. Tuesday, there's also that chance of severe weather, which is why we have included it in the alert day. But Monday looks to be the more severe of the 2 days. So looking at the current radar, southern Wisconsin dry. There are a few showers and even a pop-up storm just to the north and to the west of La Crosse, but our area expected to remain dry for the rest of the night. But looking at the severe weather outlook for Monday, we have a marginal risk for pretty much everywhere, but to the further west you go towards the Mississippi River, further northwest, the less likely you will see that severe weather. Now for Tuesday, we are going to have a marginal risk for just parts of the area right near the Mississippi River. The strongest of storms Tuesday will stay to the west of Wisconsin in general, but we still could see some severe weather, especially during the evening hours Tuesday. So looking at future track, mostly dry conditions for the overnight hours. We could see some of these pop-up showers, maybe a few storms, especially west of Dane County during the early morning hours Monday. But as we get to Monday afternoon, we'll see a line of showers and storms move into our area from the southwest, impacting the majority of our region. And the central and eastern portion of the state and also the northern portion of the state could definitely see some severe weather during this round of rainfall. By the time we get closer to sunset, most of the rain will be to the east of Dane County, and then it should clear out of our entire area by around 9 to 10 p.m. Monday. And the rest of Monday should be mostly dry with just maybe a few lingering showers for eastern counties. Tuesday is also going to be mostly dry for a good portion of the day, but as we get towards the evening, we'll see a line of showers and storms move into our area from west of Wisconsin. But as it moves closer to our area, it will dissipate a little bit, but I still expect to see some severe weather right around the Mississippi River area late Tuesday evening. And as we get to Wednesday morning, we are going to see a line of showers, likely only showers that round of precipitation, and it should clear out pretty quickly. We'll see sunshine throughout the day on Wednesday after that rainfall, and then we're going to be dry for the rest of the week. But total precipitation will mostly depend on where some of these storms form, but a base of around 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch is expected. Again, a lot of it will also depend on where some of the thunderstorms form, so we could have a few locations have isolated amounts higher. As I mentioned, we are going to see some showers Wednesday morning, but after that, take a look at the rest of the 10-day forecast. Looking dry and very comfortable. Highs will be in the lower 70s. I know some people may want to see temperatures up in the 80s, but we're bound to get there again. But looking a little bit below average, if you can believe it. Lower 70s are now below average for this time of the year.
Yeah, it's definitely odd that we've already reached that point, especially all the weather that we've seen so far. But you and I both looking forward to those low 70s, not looking forward to any warm, like really warm weather anytime soon.
Yeah, and the AmFam Championship this weekend, looking very good for that. Yeah, hard to ask for better than that. Hopefully not. Hopefully the forecast doesn't change. Though.
All right, well, sounds good. Thank you, Jacob. Over the past 2 years, Alliant Energy has been working to build out its largest solar array to date in Grant County. This past week, we got an inside look at the completed project and how Alliant says the site adds to their work to diversify their energy resources.
Aerial footage shows the impressive scale of the 1,400 acres worth of solar fields north of Potosi.
Until you see one of these sites, you don't really realize how impressive it is.
At 200 megawatts and with more than 430,000 panels, the Grant County Solar Project is Alliant's largest array to date. The utility began construction in September of 2022, completing work this past month. Giving me a tour is Tim Kreft, a senior manager of strategic projects at Alliant.
I could talk about solar all day.
He tells me the work done here means a lot to all involved.
Getting to completion on the last one is really a milestone for the company. It's a milestone for me personally as well.
Standing on what used to be fields owned by local farmers for decades, and some even for more than a century, Kreft tells me the work not only creates more renewable energy, but also helps out area landowners. This is done through acquiring leases with those landowners, each lasting roughly 30 years. Alliant says this supplies a steady stream of money during that time. Once the lease expires, Alliant is obligated to then remove the panels, returning the land to the owners, who can then decide to farm again or use for other purposes. And he says this helps those farmers who may have begun to see smaller yields, as well as others looking to retire.
Instead of growing crops and getting paid for growing crops, they're getting paid for growing solar energy.
The move has been met with praise by some and dismay by others. Participating landowner Dave Fritz says he's seen the benefits of the project firsthand, helping landowners diversify their income. Meanwhile, County Board member Lester Jansen is not as sold.
Seems like they only can take out the prime crop ground, and that concerns me down the road. Because if they take out too much of our prime crop ground, this country could get a little hungry.
While the feedback hasn't all been good, Kreft says his hope is Alliant will work to build the trust of the skeptics through good business practices, knowing they intend to be around for many years to come.
And we expect to be in business for another 100 years. That means we try to be very good stewards of the land and stewards of the communities that we serve.
Alliant tells us work to build the Grant County Array employed more than 700 workers, adding to the economic impact created by the project. And coming up in sports, Whitewater baseball fighting to stay alive in the College World Series. Andrew's got the highlights next in sports.
Launch to left!
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What you see here is an irresistibly special gift that just moments before was filled with the world's most delicious snacks from Nuts.com. Nuts, dried fruits, sweets, and other treats. All his favorites in one special tray of tasty temptation. Freshly roasted to perfection or freshly baked, dipped, seasoned, or popped to satisfy every craving. Create your own combination for Father's Day or choose from Nuts.com's gift baskets and tins with every flavor of happy. Get 20% off plus free shipping with your first order.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Hooper for Best Plumber and Best Heating and Cooling. Vote for Hooper and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Elite Cognition for Best Mental Health Facility. Vote for Elite Cognition and all your favorites online today.
Who can become a caregiver?
Any caring soul can be a caregiver.
I always consistently feel like I'm making a difference in somebody's life.
I love caregiving. I love giving back to people. I love helping people that are in need.
I don't need any other profession. I got a profession that I love to do.
Become a CDCP today for free. Sign up at WISCcaregiverCDCP.com.
Hanson's knows what your home means to you. It's where you feel safe, comfortable, protected, and of course, no other place provides you with as much joy. That's why our durable, energy-efficient, and weather-resistant windows, roofing, siding, and gutters, as well as our bathtubs and showers, are all backed by our guarantee. So you can feel happy in your home for years to come. With professional installation and thousands of 5-star reviews, we're your trusted home improvement expert, exceeding homeowners' expectations for over 30 years. Get 50% off installation with high-quality craftsmanship you can count on. Or enjoy no interest and no payments for 1 year. From windows to roofing to siding to gutters to bathtubs and showers, no one's got you covered like we do.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
From midnight tweets to drinking bleach to tear-gassing citizens and staging a photo op. We knew Trump was out of control when he was president. Then he lost the 2020 election and snapped, desperately trying to hold on to power. Now he's running again, this time threatening to be a dictator, to terminate the Constitution.
If I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Trump wants revenge, and he'll stop at nothing to get it.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
It has been a wild weekend for the Brewers. On Friday, they collected 23 hits, the most in a game by any team in Major League Baseball this season. And then there was last night, where they won in walk-off fashion. And today, they would look to finish up a clean sweep against the White Sox, one of baseball's worst teams. Crew trailing 2-1 in the second with 2 on for Jackson Churio. The top prospect who has been struggling sails one out of the stadium. A 3-run ding-dong puts Milwaukee ahead. And then in the 8th, Crew clinging to a 1-run lead, and Chicago trying to tie it up. The runner is going to test Christian Yelich, and it's a test that Tommy Pham would fail. What a laser from Yelich. Keeps the Chi Sox off the board, and the Crew finished the sweep 6-3, the final. Whitewater baseball fighting to keep their season alive. Elimination game in the D3 College World Series. They trailed by 5 in this one, but then the comeback commenced. Eli Frank turns on one in the 8th, and there's no doubt about it. Frank with a 2-run tank, and we're all tied at 10. Same score in the bottom of the 9th. First pitch of the frame, and Sam Payton makes them pay with a walk-off home run. The Warhawks end Birmingham Southern season 2 days after the school permanently closed, but the Warhawks, they keep flying. They're one of 4 teams remaining. Many Wisconsin football fans were understandably disappointed after Luke Fickell's first season, but this offseason, Fick has been building for the future. He nabbed a commitment today from Rakeem Stroud, a 3-star cornerback from Tampa, Florida. Stroud was highly recruited and fits Luke Fickell's profile perfectly. A fast, lengthy defensive back, kind of like Sauce Gardner. And it is not the first time a big recruit has been landed by Luke Fickell lately. Today's commitment catapulted the Badgers into the 247 Sports top 15 recruiting class of 2025. Fickell had massive success at Cincinnati in his second year, and after that as well. He's hoping his star-studded recruits right now can help him do the same at Wisconsin. The head coach of the Greek national team today said that Giannis Antetokounmpo will play for his home country in this summer's Olympic qualifiers. Antetokounmpo, who missed the entirety of this year's playoffs due to injury and many more games in the past, will try to give it a go for Greece. Believe it or not, time flies. This coming weekend is the AmFam Championship, and today they unveiled their slate of participants. Of course, Steve Stricker and Jerry Kelly are playing, but so are a ton of other legends like Ernie Els and the guy I'm excited to see, John Daly. A couple others that I think everybody's excited to see, Michael Phelps and Andy North returning. They're joined by NFL MVP Matt Ryan and a to-be-announced 4th player. How about Whitewater baseball? I mean,
a walk-off homer, I mean, that's what you work your entire life for.
It's literally, you're in the backyard, you're dreaming up that exact situation.
You're playing out those scenarios. It's kind of like when you count down your last shot before you leave the park. 3, 2, 1, but who do you think this 4th celebrity is going to be for AmFam? Why do you think they're keeping it a secret right now?
Yeah, I think it could be a couple of things. I think maybe it's a really high-profile person they want to save the anticipation for. Yeah. It could also be that they haven't found a 4th person, honestly. But I'm really excited either way to see who it's going to be. This weekend's one of my favorites of the year.
I'm with you. Well, sounds good. Thank you, Andrew. We'll be back with more after this.
How much was I paying a month for insulin?
$185.
$300.
$400. I never expected anyone to do something about it.
But then Tammy Baldwin did.
She stood up to the drug companies and wrote a law capping the cost of insulin.
Thanks to Tammy, now it just costs $35 a month.
She made a huge difference for so many of us.
She lifted a weight off all our shoulders.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Accelerated Psychiatry for Best Mental Health Facility. Vote for Accelerated Psychiatry and all your favorites at madisonmagazine.com. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Evie & Co. Boutique for Best Clothing Store. Vote for Evie & Co. Boutique and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
I'm going to take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco.
Right now at Feldco, get 2 windows for the price of 1.
Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
This irresistible gift, just moments before, was filled with delicious snacks from Nuts.com. Create your own combination for Father's Day or choose from Nuts.com's favorite gift baskets and tins with every flavor of happy. Get 20% off plus free shipping with your first order.
Want to instantly look more attractive and years younger? The solution is whiter teeth. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." From that point on, I've been sold.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. After 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this Memorial Day. You'll also receive the Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will get free shipping.
Why Vitruvian Farms? Organic vegetables and mushrooms, and they're fresh, really fresh. We'll deliver to you or shop right on the farm. Vitruvian Farms, just outside Madison.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Buck and Honey's for Best Restaurant, Best Catering, Best New Restaurant, and Best Outdoor Dining. Vote online for Buck and Honey's today.
Chris Stanford, News 3 Now This Morning. Moving forward.
So just before break, you mentioned that we were going to be joined by Michael Phelps, Matt Ryan, a few other people for what we believe is going to be a pretty beautiful weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be very nice next weekend, and really the 10-day forecast after Wednesday morning is looking beautiful. Highs will be in the lower 70s, and we're expecting plenty of sunshine, not a lot of rain, but we still have that alert day tomorrow, so everyone stay tuned, especially afternoon and evening. Tuesday, the storms will mostly be late in the evening.
If I were a betting man, I'm putting my money on Matt Ryan.
I think so, too.
All right, well, sounds good. We'll see you back here tomorrow.